I came home from work one night, and as I walked into our bedroom, there was a note in the middle of the bed. When I picked it up, it said, "I think I want a divorce." I was blindsided. I didn't have a clue. We all are blindsided by things that happen in life when they weren't on our bucket list and we didn't have a clue that they were coming. Over the next few months, I asked him if he was willing to go to counseling. He wasn't. We ultimately agreed that we would tell our 3 daughters what was happening, that we would be separating, and that we would do it together because we wanted them to know that we both loved them and we both cared about them. We scheduled that 3 times, and 3 times he didn't show. He was an emotional coward. He's still an emotional coward. But why do I share this with you? In the 7 pillars of a happy and successful life, which are personal, your relationship with yourself; physical, everything about your health and your body; emotional, which is largely about resiliency; spiritual, however you define that; professional, whatever brings money into the house; financial, which is largely about stability and goals; and relationships of all kinds. But I want to talk about resiliency and the choices that I had, and the choices that he had, and the choices that you have when you're blindsided by unexpected things like I was that night. So resiliency is how we roll with the unexpected. Do we allow it to overpower us? Do we cower in our beds and pull the covers over our heads and say, "I can't deal with it"? Do we run away from it even when it's our choice and be an emotional coward like he is? Or do we say, "That wasn't on my bucket list, but what am I going to do about it? And how am I going to choose to make my life better?" Or in my case, my life and my kids' lives better. So let's talk about a few principles. The first and the most important one is the power of choice. Somebody else's decisions do not determine who we are. They do not determine our future. Now, that's not to say that they don't impact our future, but in the final analysis, we have a choice. So I'm going to share a story from that period of my life to make that point. We had plenty of groceries in the cupboard, and I was working on commission at that time, and when I represented a variety of different companies, and when I received my commission checks was a little bit unpredictable. And so one night, my youngest daughter wanted to go to the grocery store because what she wanted wasn't in the pantry. And I said, "We can't go to the grocery store until I get a check." Now, I didn't say until I get the child support check from your father. She knew that I got multiple commission checks every month. I just simply made the statement, "until I get a check." It didn't matter where it was going to come from. I just needed another check in the bank account before I would be comfortable going to the grocery store, especially since the pantry was full. And she was being a bit of a brat. And so she lashed out at me. And she said, "Why do you put my father down? If he wasn't happy, he had a right to get a divorce." And I said, "Number one, I didn't put your father down. If I had said he is a lousy, rotten SOB because he hasn't sent the child support check yet, I would have put him down. But I simply made a statement about a check, not the source of that check. Number two, you're absolutely right. Your father did have a choice that if he didn't feel he was happy, that he wanted a divorce. That doesn't mean that choice doesn't impact us, that it doesn't impact you and your sisters, and it doesn't impact me in a variety of different ways. However, our choice is to not let his choice determine who we are, where we're going, and who we're becoming. That's our choice. Now, when somebody makes a choice that impacts us, it can make that road a little bit rockier. It can make it feel like it's got sinkholes that you're going to fall into. But here's the reality. Even though it may be rockier, the courage that you develop and the things that you learn as you climb over the boulders and navigate around the sinkholes are things that are going to positively impact your life forever. You learn that you have more strength than you thought you did. You learn that you had more ingenuity in how you were going to deal with this particular challenge as you anticipated that you might have. You learn that you can do the hard stuff, that you have the ability to dig deep and define who you are and where you're going and how you're going to get there. One of the really stupid things that I had done, which is unfortunately not all that uncommon, was I had released a part of me in an effort to improve our marriage. In the final analysis, it didn't improve our marriage. I was trying to be who I thought he wanted me to be. And I lost me. The great thing about the divorce was that it forced me to find me again. Several months after this happened, somebody that I knew fairly casually, I met in the foyer of our church building, and she said, "You're blossoming." And that kind of took me back. But my response, one of those automatic responses you don't even think about, was, "No, I'm just becoming me again." When we lose who we are in a relationship, it damages us, it damages the relationship, and it damages everybody who is impacted by us because they no longer get everything that we're in a position to share and to give and to be and to encourage and to influence other people. So when you're hit with one of those unexpected road bumps in life that is not on your bucket list, here's what I would encourage you to do is take advantage of the 7 pillars of a happy and successful life, period. Just drop me in the comments below and I'll see that you get a copy of it. Because as you go through that, you will define success for you. And you will create the beginnings of a roadmap to take you from struggling to success, however it is that you define success. And that's what I want for you. Don't let other people define success for you. Don't let other people define who you are and who you can become. That's the greatest freedom in the world. And there is so much joy in knowing that you're on that path. Drop me below so I can share the 7 pillars with you.